Episode 2, you ready?
I know, I'm nervous.
One of these days you won't be.
I don't think so.
Hi guys, my name's Hailee.
I'm Kendra.
And welcome back to our podcast, Two Cunning Linguists.
Hello and welcome.
Well, you guys have missed quite a bit of information since the last podcast, so we'll keep you guys up to date. I had an oopsie.
So remember last podcast we were talking about all the fun stuff that we were going to do this year, and a lot of the fun stuff we were going to do involves football.
Yeah. I completely tore my ACL, and I partially tore my medial and lateral meniscus.
Well,
yeah. So I'll give you guys a story time. I know that I did post an Instagram video. I didn't post the actual injury itself. Stuff like that triggers me, so I figured I would not trigger you guys, you know. So story time, we were at practice. It was really cold, and the previous week I did get hit in both knees. They were bruised. They were not hurting at all. I even lifted on it Wednesday night.
She iced it. She taped it.
Yeah, you know, like I didn't feel like it was hurt. Honestly, it could have happened to a completely healthy knee, so I can't really contribute it to that. I went to block, and
she had the girl by her chest plate.
The girl had her by the chest plate, and when she went to rip me sideways, I planted my foot, and when she ripped me sideways, my cleat stuck in the turf, which happens to a lot of people.
Her foot stayed still, and her knee did not.
Yeah, and then it was a loud pop. I didn't scream, I didn't yell or anything. I just immediately went down. And
she didn't scream, she didn't cry, which is why we didn't think that she tore her ACL, because I haven't seen grown men scream and cry.
I walked myself off the field.
You did not. They carried you, my love.
No, I meant like to the car after I sat on the bleachers.
Yes. Yeah.
They carried me off the field.
They picked her up and they carried her off the field. It was terrifying.
Yeah, it was. Crazy enough, my scrimmage was 2 days later, so I missed my very first game. Even though it was a scrimmage, I missed it by 2 days. My mom actually even flew in, so she was there.
It was awful.
It was. Obviously got my MRI, then got my results on Friday the 13th. I'll never forget it. It's funny because I'm telling you guys this on April Fool's Day.
This is not an April Fool's joke. I wish it was.
I promise it's not. I'll actually show you guys the MRI scans. We'll add those to the video. So I met with my surgeon.
Oh my God.
Get out. No, get out. You are going to be a pain in the... What?
Give me her. At least you guys can see who is saying hello. This is Athena, and she really loves the room that we do our podcast in.
She's like, you guys are in my space. Okay, so my surgeon, his name's Dr. Koch. He is one of the best surgeons. He's actually the head surgeon for the St. Louis Cardinals. This is like the common cold for general practitioners. So we're doing a patellar tendon reconstruction surgery. So to give you a TLDR really quick, they're going to cut me from my knee down to my tibia. They're going to cut a piece of my kneecap, like the bone, harvest the middle portion of my patellar tendon, and at the end, they're going to retrieve a part of my tibia bone. So they're going to be cutting my knee bone and my tibia bone. Take that out. So you have a bone, tendon, bone. They're going to sew that back up, my patellar tendon, and then sew my knee back up. Go in with 2 rods. They're going to drill a hole on the backside and then the front side through my tibia and my femur. Remove the ACL, stitch up both meniscus. I have a horizontal tear on one and a vertical tear on the other. Shove a rod through it, put the bone on the bone in the hole, the bone on the bone in the hole, and then screw it, and then sew me back up.
Yep, and that happens in what, 5 days?
Yeah, the 6th.
If you're watching this by the 6th, it's happened.
Yeah, I'm going to try to keep you guys updated as much as possible. I do want to say that I am still on STL Slam. I am still going to be there at all the games. We're going to be there to support. As soon as I can get out on the field, I'll do what I can. I will not push myself. I will be missing this season, which breaks my heart. I think that's been the hardest part about all of this is I started this with one of my friends, and you know, I was just so excited. I got you guys excited. I feel like I let a lot of people down, but sometimes you get hurt. So this is life lesson that sometimes it just happens and you got to roll with the punches.
Unfortunately, shit happens.
Yeah, it's about how you respond is the most important part. So I think that's all for the knee situation.
She's been recovering and taking care of herself. She's doing PT. She's doing really well. She has great range of motion.
Yeah.
So now we're just going to have the surgery and go from there. We'll still do a podcast about football. It just may not necessarily be about her in football.
I just realized that your wisteria is growing back.
What?
Blood's on it. That's a bud. Is it not?
I don't see that far away.
The little. That's a bud.
Guys, one of my favorite plants is growing back.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's the thing that I really love. She really loves football.
What have
I
you
love
been
plants.
up to? How's this experience been for you, babe?
No, it was awful. Oh my God. I have seen her go down and I have never seen her not come back up. So when she went down, I was like, she's all right. She'll come back up. She always gets back up. Even if she's down you've gone down and stayed down for a little bit and you still always get back up. And then when somebody on the field turned around and went, it's Hailee, Kendra, where's Kendra? I was like out of my chair and on the field. It was, and all she said was she was just trying to get her damn helmet off. She was like, it's done. My knee's done.
I knew that.
It was awful.
I was
so
hoping that I wasn't, but
and
I knew
then
it.
she didn't cry until she realized that that probably meant that she was going to be out for the season. And then she cried.
Yeah. Not to mention I've never had surgery, so I'm like terrified of surgery and stuff. And
we're going to do it. We're going to do it together. I've been a sweet little housewife nurse taking care of her. You know, all you can do is do your best with the cards you've been dealt. So we're doing it.
Yes. Now we're going to do, instead of Am I the Asshole, it's Who's Sleeping on the Couch?
Yeah, we decided we wanted to do a segment on here because a lot of you guys ask us about
relationship
stuff and like our take on relationship stuff because we have been together for a while. And I don't know if you guys know, but in lesbian years, that's a really long time.
We're like dinosaurs.
We're like dinosaurs in lesbian years.
Your
I
moms?
specifically, I know, I was just going to say that. I specifically remember going out to the bar with my mom's on my 22nd birthday. And somebody...
Well, it was my 22nd.
Yeah? Uh-huh. It's our first birthday together. My first birthday with you.
Yes.
Yeah. And my moms came with us. We went out to the gay bars. My moms came with us for a little bit. And somebody asked them how long they'd been together. And they're like, 40-something years. And his jaw was on the floor. He was like, that's insane. I don't think I've ever known a lesbian couple to be together for that long. So you guys always ask us about relationship stuff. So we figured we would heed the call and we're going to weigh in. So we'll see who's sleeping on the couch.
Okay.
Do you want me to read? You want to read?
We can switch off if that's cool.
Okay. Just to be clear, we are not relationship experts. No. We're just two women in a long-term relationship. So we'll give you our 2 cents. Take it or leave it.
Who's sleeping on the couch? This happened about a week ago and it's been so distracting. I'm a female and the furry I will be talking about is also a female, but for privacy, I will not be saying her name or age. So I'm bisexual and this furry is a lesbian. I'll refer to this lesbian as Fall. Fall was one of my best friends and we often would hang out. I didn't care that she was a furry because I'm not going to judge her for being herself. Anyways, I was talking with my other 2 friends when she came up to me and she said, "Hey kitten, can we talk?" And yes, she called me kitten, which had I gotten used to. I know it may be weird to some people, but I didn't really care what she called me. I told my other 2 friends I'd be back in a few minutes and stepped to the side with Fall. She then took a step closer and she said, "I like you. Will you be my girlfriend?" I was shocked because I didn't realize that she liked me. I didn't want to be mean, but I wasn't planning on leading her on, so I told her that I didn't feel the same way and we could just be friends. She was obviously upset, and then she smiled and she said, "That's all right, kitten." Then awkwardly left and told my other 2 friends about it. The next day she was distant. She even ignored me. A few weeks passed and I just stopped seeing her. To this day, I still don't know what happened to her. Am I sleeping on the couch for rejecting her?
Okay.
I honestly think no. You're not sleeping on the couch at all.
No, I totally agree. Also, I think that her being a furry is completely irrelevant in this scenario.
Yes, completely irrelevant.
Because realistically, if you don't feel the same, then you don't feel the same. Also, personally, I like you, and will you be my girlfriend should not have necessarily happened at the same time.
Yeah, I think there's some precursors. If I had to guess, maybe this is a younger crowd. That's typically how it goes in like middle school.
True. That's true.
High school.
That's true.
But no, I think that, you shooted your shot and it didn't go well. And, you have to respect that.
Sometimes that happens.
That does happen.
Also, if I had to give you any advice, perhaps in the future, say that you like someone and then see how they respond before going forward with, "Will you be my girlfriend?"
Also, if I was the person that they were asking out, I would feel some type of way because I'm like, man, were you only my friend or wanting to be close to me because you wanted to be with me? Especially if you don't continue the friendship afterwards. I understand respecting your boundaries and being like, okay, I can't be around this person because I want to respect them and I really, really like them. So I understand that bit. But I would be kind of hurt, like especially if I was friends with this person and then they told us that,
Yeah.
told me
I
that
know,
they liked
we're the same
me.
person.
Yeah, and then they would like be distant and then ghost me, I would be upset. But like, man, I thought maybe our friendship mattered more, than
And I mean, that's a two-way street though. If they really liked them and they were really interested in them and they were interested in them and not necessarily interested in a friendship with them and were just trying to get up the courage to ask, then that's also valid.
fair.
Like if that's really what you're interested in and the other person isn't interested in that, then
Yeah, it's just like sexuality. Like, I had a friend tell me recently that they have a really big crush on this straight girl. And just like you want people to respect your sexuality, we also have to do the same as queer humans. And, it sucks. I feel like as a queer woman, we've all ran into the
crushes
crushing
on
on
a
a
straight
straight
girl.
girl.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But yeah, it's more important to respect the people and their sexuality and what they want. Like, you would never want someone to like force to be with you.
Or like
It
push
defeats the
you,
whole
you know?
that defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah. You want someone who wants to be with you, who's excited to be with you, who's
Yes.
thrilled to be
Who
with you.
chooses to be with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So I don't think anybody's sleeping on the couch in this scenario.
I don't think so either.
I think you guys handled it well. Okay.
Who's sleeping on the couch?
I'll tell you. Or maybe I won't. Okay, ready? I, female 23, have a girlfriend, female 23. We started dating in a very casual way a few months ago, and things are going okay. However, the big difference is our tolerance for horror. I'm a big movie buff and will watch almost anything. I also totally understand people not wanting to watch gore and intense horror, etc. It's pretty scary. The thing is, my girlfriend can't just not watch horror. She can't watch anything with any suspense without getting super freaked out. The big issue here is that most movies, even kids' movies, have suspense for the plot. It's kind of essential to conflict. The title of this is misleading. I don't want to break up with her exactly, but I'm not sure if I can be with someone who struggles to watch most films, especially since I love them so much. I want someone to connect with about them, and she refuses to watch any movie made before the 80s or any movie with any amount of suspense. She's great otherwise, and I don't want to be mean, but it gets hard when you and your girlfriend can't even watch TV together. What should I do? First of all, I don't think anybody's sleeping on the couch for this. These are just two different preferences.
Absolutely, 100%. This one hits a little close to home.
I have a hard time. I do want to say I don't have an issue with, like, I can watch kids' movies with suspense in them.
100%.
I can even watch scary movies with suspense in them.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually saw something that said there's a reason for people who have a really hard time watching movies that are horror or that are like incredibly suspenseful, because it's like a nervous system response of like, you can't, it's also, so there's a side of that because I looked all this up when I started dealing with this. There's like a nervous system response that your nervous system is hyperactive. Mm. And then there's like an empath response of like, you can't quite discern that what's happening on TV isn't happening in real life. So like, say I watch someone, because I have this issue, say I watch someone be humiliated. I can't watch the second Harry Potter movie. Fuck J.K. Rowling. But when I was a kid, I couldn't watch the second Harry Potter movie because Harry Potter gets humiliated. He gets the cake dropped on him and then he gets blamed for it. And that felt real to me. Like, I genuinely feel like I am being humiliated and blamed for something that I didn't do. And it feels like viscerally upsetting to the point that like I can't even enjoy the movie. And so it makes sense to me that some people would feel that way.
I obviously relate with the person that posted this. Not that I ever even considered or entertained the idea of breaking up with you.
For my movie preferences.
No. But I will say that I changed my movie preferences for Kendra. Like, before Kendra, I was watching American Horror Story. And there's some things where you like go a little bit out of your comfort zone that you agree to watch.
That's
like you watched a bit of The 100 with me, and I started that series by myself because I knew she didn't want to watch it. So when we traveled, she played Settlement Survivor, and then I took that time to watch The 100.
Yeah, and I definitely push myself to watch things.
So when we decide on quality time together, I know it's a movie, right, or a TV show, there will always be some level of compromise from either me or for her. Like, for her, because she deals with this, she likes rewatching things. Like, how many times have you watched Ted Lasso?
Oh my gosh, so many times. It's also like this is, my friends all know this. I say this all the time, that like, if I wanted to watch something scary or I also don't watch anything that's really about the real world. Like, I guess Ted Lasso is about the real world, but you know what I mean? If I wanted to watch something scary, then at least I would watch the news and then at least I'd be educated. Like, I don't see a point when I watch TV, it's to escape and it's to feel good.
That's like people that wouldn't skydive because it's scary, but then some people would skydive because they love the adrenaline.
Yeah, if there's a stick, there has to be a carrot. If there's no carrot, then there's no point in the
But
stick.
for some people, there is a carrot.
I know. I actually was just talking to our friends the other day about ghost hunting. You know, obviously we have friends who go ghost hunting. And okay, there's a point to this. Don't laugh at me. And they asked me because I don't really believe in ghosts, if I would still go ghost hunting or if I would feel scared to be in there. And I was like, I honestly don't know, because I wouldn't go in the building in the first place because there's no point. People go ghost hunting for like the fun of it. And if I'm not looking for a ghost, then there's no fun. So why would I go in the first place? And then I was like, you know what? I should try it and I should figure out if I actually get scared.
Says the woman that literally wakes up and says, Santa came to visit last night. You still enjoy the process.
For pretend. Yeah.
But it's like the process of it. It's like the adventure of it.
Yeah.
I
do like an adventure.
I have a warm bed up there with a roof over my head with a functional toilet. Yet I will decide to go camping. Guys.
Exactly, because it's fun.
Right. The point is,
it has to be fun.
My point is, for some people,
it's fun.
It's fun. You just don't find fun in there.
Correct.
This is okay. TLDR, that's a big wrap up. For you, that may be fun. If I had to give any advice on this original post that we went on a tangent about, is first off, communicate, right? I am a huge believer that communication solves like 95% of problems, even if you agree to disagree, right? Make time to pick movies that are compromises potentially on both parts. Obviously, if it's a bigger deal, emotionally harder for one person, then you may need to make a bigger compromise, sacrifice yourself. Or you should just watch what she would want to watch. But also make time for yourself. It is okay to watch shows. For example, whenever I watched Stranger Things, right? I just watched Stranger Things. Kendra did not want to watch Stranger Things. I watched Stranger Things all by myself until the very end when the new season came out and my roommate decided to watch it with me. And that was really, really nice. Or I had a friend that, lives far away and we talked about it, like we still found time to enjoy the things that I enjoyed, but without, triggering you or making you feel bad.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that finding a compromise on what you can watch is good. Also, on the other end of that, for me, if I know what is going to happen in the plot, then it's much less suspenseful and upsetting.
She looks up the plot for everything.
So if I look up the plot for the movie and I can see that, okay, this looks like it's going to be scary, but it actually turns out okay, then I'm much more willing to watch it. So I would say that they should ask their girlfriend if they could look up the plot first and see if that would be more helpful.
There's also a website that we found. It's called Does the Dog Die? If any of you guys relate to any of that, you can go on that, and not only does it tell you if the dog dies, but it also has triggers for all kinds of stuff.
All sorts of stuff. Yeah.
So it is a really, really good website.
I think there's definitely a way to compromise on that.
Yes. I will say this will be the last one that we'll do. I am so glad that I'm going to read this one because as someone that reads the majority of our direct messages, except for on passes, we get a lot of humans that have this experience, and it's really, really, really sad. I'm going to say, am I the asshole? Or am I sleeping on the couch for coming out as pansexual to my family? Immediately, no. No, you're not.
Yeah.
I don't even need to read anymore. Okay. But I will read it anyways. I, 19 female, recently came out as pansexual to my family, and now I'm questioning if I did the right thing or if I should have just stayed quiet. For context, I'm a sophomore in college, and I have known that I'm pansexual for a couple of years now. I didn't really have the courage to go out in high school, especially with my family being less open-minded about LGBTQ plus issues. But I thought maybe now that I'm in college, a bit more independent, it would be a good time to be honest about who I am. I've always been close to my mom and my dad, though they can be pretty traditional. I'm also the oldest of 3, with a younger sister and a brother, who get along with, but they're not super close with me. So last weekend, I decided to come home and tell them the truth. I figured that they need some time to process, but I didn't expect things to go as badly as they did. Mm-hmm. I sat them down after dinner. I was very nervously, I explained that I am pansexual, meaning that I'm attracted to people regardless of their gender. My mom kind of just stared at me for a minute before saying, "Why do you need to put a label on everything?" My dad sighed and said something like, "This is just a phase, right? You're in college and these things happen. You'll grow out of it."
I tried to explain that it wasn't a phase and that I felt this way for a long time, but they just kept brushing it off. My mom got upset and asked if I was doing this just to fit in or to get attention, which hurt. I'm not some rebellious teenager trying to be edgy. I just wanted them to know who I really am. My dad suggested I was confused and that maybe I should think about it more before making any big declarations. The worst part was when my sister, who was listening in from the kitchen, rolled her eyes and said, "Why do you have to make everything about you? No one cares." My little brother didn't say much, but I could tell he was uncomfortable. I ended up leaving early that night and driving back to my dorm. I felt so invalidated and like maybe I shouldn't have said anything at all. I just thought they'd care more about my feelings. Now I'm wondering if I was wrong for bringing it up in the first place. Maybe I should have just kept it to myself and avoided this whole mess. I talked to a couple of my close friends about it, and they were really supportive, but they don't get what it's like to come from a family that just doesn't get it. I want to have a relationship with my family, but now things feel so strained, and I don't know if I made things worse by coming out. Am I the asshole for coming out as pansexual to my family and making it a big deal?
Immediately, no. I mean, that's the answer, period. No.
Period, point blank.
I will say that I think that I felt this way.
Yeah.
You know, I think that even if the experience goes well, like you could still have so much guilt and shame. Number one, you've waited, to tell the people that you love and care about for the longest, about who you are. It feels like a huge relief, but also it's like scary because like once you say it, like
It's real.
it's real. Like you can't
put the cat back in the bag.
you can't,
Can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
that would be incredibly hard.
Exactly.
You're right.
That's why it's a saying.
Yeah. No, I actually think that you're brave, and I think
Me
that
too.
you did the right thing. In that situation, it is important for your parents to know who you are. Like, especially if you want to have a relationship with them, you need to be honest about who you are. In your own time, I will say, coming out is a personal experience for everyone. There are some people that should not come out yet. If you don't have a place of your own, if you're going to get hurt in the process,
If you're not safe.
if you're not safe, safety is like the most important thing.
But if you feel like it's right for you and you're ready, then it's right for you and you're ready. Like I think you're incredibly brave and we're incredibly proud of you. And coming out is always hard, regardless of how people react. I do really, really hope that with some time and processing power, your parents are able to come around and see you for who you truly are and know that you're still their kiddo and that they still love you.
We've received a lot of messages and emails from a lot of parents
Yeah.
with kids coming out, non-binary, trans, pansexual. And I think a lot of the fears that come from parents, maybe even siblings, is that it does feel like a declaration. It does feel like it changes you. I think it's not until the realization that's who you've always been and it will never change you is really when acceptance starts coming around. I know in my personal experience, I know some of my mom's fears were, you're going to get treated differently. You're going to face discrimination. And though she was correct, we found ways to navigate it. We're growing as a society in a lot of ways. And as a mother, parent, father, you just want to protect your child.
You worry about them.
Yeah, you do. You do. Obviously, their response was really shitty. It's like very classic, like, oh, it's just a phase, which I'm always like hesitant to be like, yeah, it's a phase, a lifelong one. Just say, yes, it's a phase. And then when they realize in 20 years that you're still a pansexual human,
maybe it'll click.
Maybe it'll click to them that, yeah, it's just a really long phase. Phases don't have time limits. And sexuality can be fluid for a lot of people.
I think you did the right thing, and I think that you should be really proud of yourself. And I do want to offer some hope that although it may take time, a lot of parents and families really, really do come around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't feel too defeated. I know it's shitty, and I'm sorry that's how they reacted.
I also think you did the right thing by going to your friends. I think community can be some of the best coping skills when it comes to like people around you not supporting you. Having people in your corner that understand your experience
and do support you
can be
really healing.
It can be life-changing, it can be life-saving in a lot of ways. Which brings me to my next part of the podcast. We would love for you guys to submit some stories yourself. We will keep them anonymous. Give us some scenarios, maybe relationship advice stuff. We would love to dive more into that kind of
content.
Yeah.
And anything that you guys really want us to weigh in on. We love you guys and we love interacting with you guys, and we love to hear from you. So if you have stuff that you want to share, we want to hear it.
As far as the update for our life, the next few weeks are going to be very slow.
ACL. ACL.
We're going to work on therapy and my ACL's attachment issues. So excited to just get the surgery done.
And
I want to run. Man.
Yes.
I just miss running.
We will
so
also
much.
try to share with you guys as much about the process and whatnot as possible. So stay tuned on all of our other socials, and we will give you guys as many updates as we can. Surgery is on the 6th, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll get through it. It's going to be a loopy, whiny, probably.
That's okay, baby.
Mess.
I take care of you.
I know you will.
I'll make you some scoop.
Oh, scoop would be good. Scoop
Yeah.
would be really good. Thank you guys so much for hanging around for the second episode of Two Cunning Linguists.
We hope you guys enjoyed yourself. We sure did, and we can't wait to see you next time. Love you, bye.